Alien warlords claimed invincibility, until Earth unleashed its silent weapons. The Keth of our dominion had conquered 17 star systems in the span of 2 centuries. Their warlords commanded fleets of crystalline dreadnoughts that could shatter planets. Their warriors wielded plasma weapons that turned flesh to vapor, and their shields could deflect any known energy weapon in the galaxy. They were, by every measure that mattered to them, invincible. Commander Zaltek stood on the bridge of his flagship, gazing at the blue-green marble that hung before them like a ripe fruit waiting to be plucked. Earth, the third planet of an unremarkable system, populated by a species so primitive they still used chemical propulsion to escape their gravity well. The humans have been broadcasting surrender terms for 72 of their rotations, reported his tactical officer. They claim they wish to negotiate. Zaltek's 4 eyes narrowed in what passed for amusement among his kind. Let them. It amuses me to hear prey bargain for their lives. Open a channel. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing a middle-aged human female in what appeared to be military dress. Her hair was graying, her face lined with the marks of stress. Yet her eyes held something Zaltek hadn't expected. Not fear, but calculation. I am Secretary General Chen of the United Earth Defense Council, the human said. We formally request terms for conditional surrender. There are no conditions, Zaltek replied, his translator rendering his words into the crude human language. You will surrender unconditionally, or we will reduce your cities to ash. Your species will serve as laborers in our mining colonies. Chen nodded slowly. We understand your position. However, we must inform you that Earth has already deployed defensive measures. We call them our silent weapons. Zaltek's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. Your missiles are slow. Your energy weapons are pathetic. Your nuclear devices are toys. What could you possibly— Not those, Chen interrupted. Our real weapons. The ones we've been perfecting for millennia without even realizing it. Before Zaltek could respond, his communications officer was gesturing urgently. Commander, we're receiving reports from the outer fleet. Ships are going dark. Elaborate. The crews are becoming ill, rapidly. Symptoms include respiratory failure, hemorrhaging, and complete system collapse. It's spreading from ship to ship. On the display, Chen's expression remained neutral. Influenza, she said simply. Common, cold. Rhinovirus, norovirus, streptococcus, and about 40 other variants we've thoughtfully included in our initial greeting delegations. Zaltek felt something he hadn't experienced in decades of conquest. Confusion. These are weapons? Commander, his medical officer's voice crackled over the comm, strain evident even through the translation matrix. The entire crew of the Shental is dead. Whatever these biologicals are, our immune systems have no defense. The pathogens are mutating faster than our medical systems can adapt. Chen leaned forward slightly. You see, Commander, humans have been fighting an invisible war for our entire existence. Every breath we take is a battle. Every handshake is a potential conflict. We've been shaped by countless plagues, diseases, and infections. Our immune systems are weapons forged in the crucible of biological warfare that's raged on our planet for billions of years. More reports flooded in. The Second Fleet was experiencing total system failure, not of their ships, but of their crews. The Third Fleet was attempting to retreat, but the microscopic invaders had already taken hold. But we didn't just bring diseases, Chen continued conversationally. We brought something else, something we thought you might appreciate, given your warlike nature. Commander! The tactical officer's voice was edged with panic, reading massive biosignatures throughout the fleet. Unknown life forms they're everywhere. Chen smiled for the first time. Rats, cockroaches, fire ants, zebra mussels, kudzu, Japanese knotweed. We've accidentally included some of Earth's most successful invasive species in our cargo holds. They tend to adapt quickly to new environments. Through the viewports of his flagship, Zaltek could see other vessels in his armada listing, their crystal hulls being consumed by something that looked disturbingly organic. His own ship shuddered as containment alerts began blaring throughout. The corridors? Your crystalline technology is impressive, Chen observed. Unfortunately, several species of earth fungi find crystalline substrates quite nutritious. And rats, well, they can chew through almost anything given time and motivation. The bridge lights flickered as something in the infrastructure gave way. Zeltek's crew was coughing now, their breathing labored. Through his enhanced vision, he could see small, quick-moving shapes in the ventilation systems. This is impossible, he wheezed. These are not weapons. They are merely pests. Commander, Chen said gently, you've clearly never tried to get rid of cockroaches, or stop a pandemic, or eliminate an invasive species once it's established. We've been fighting these battles for so long, we forgot they were battles at all. To us, they're just Tuesday. The HFY Dominion's proud flagship groaned as its crystalline superstructure began to buckle. Somewhere in the lower decks, Zeltek could hear his warriors screaming as they succumbed to organisms so small they couldn't even see them. The terms, he gasped, feeling his own immune system beginning to fail against pathogens his species had never encountered. Unconditional surrender, Chen replied. Immediate withdrawal from all occupied systems. Full reparations to displaced populations. And you'll submit to a complete biological quarantine until we can develop treatments for the various Earth organisms now residing in your ships. As consciousness faded, Zeltek realized the terrible truth. They had come to conquer a world, only to discover that the world had been conquered long ago by weapons far more ruthless and efficient than any they possessed. Humanity hadn't needed to build weapons to defeat them. They had simply brought their Tuesday along for the ride. The last thing Zeltek saw before his ship's systems failed completely was Chen's image, still calm, still calculating, as she added almost as an afterthought, "Oh, and Commander, welcome to Earth."